Hey everybody, and welcome to another flip through video. And today we're gonna flip through this book over here. This is the Warhammer 40K Battle Manual. For those of you who are new, you probably do not know what this is. For those of you who are veterans or who played this game for a long time, this is probably familiar to you. I got this from my storeroom as I was sorting the storeroom out, and I thought I'll show it to you because I don't think you see this very often anywhere. Not very often, especially not in Malaysia. So what is this? This is the Warhammer 40K Battle Manual, and this came out in 1992 before the second edition, which came out in 1993. So what they did was they updated the weapons in this battle manual. So what that basically means is that they redid all the rules, they removed some, they redefined some of the weapons in order for them to streamline the rules, sort of. This was gonna be a book that you get off the shelf in order for you to get uh, well, update your game more or less. As you can see over here, back then it was sold for about £12. These days, I'm not so sure how much it is on eBay if you can actually find it. But if you could, it's worth having a flip through. It's a bit of a historic, it's a bit of history, a tome from back in the day. So it says here it's a Warhammer 40K supplement containing rules for combat and weaponry in the 41st millennium. So that's what it is. Let's have a look inside. Very quickly, we're gonna see this is done by Rick Priestley. This is the shop stamp, Wolfgame shop stamp. I didn't know the shop was back in another location altogether. So yeah, it's produced by Game Workshop, and in the introduction tells you exactly what they were trying to do. They were saying, that they wanted to update the weapons, and then they also redefine the parameters by saying no, they won't cover all of the orc combi weapons, and update things like deviation, which they now call scatter. From this point on, they started calling deviation scatter. So this is going to be interesting for me to look through. I myself only did a quick flip through before I'm shooting this video, so we're probably going through this together more or less. So we got weapons, and this is the weapon profile. Well, it tells you what the weapon is, what the weapon does. To hit long, to hit short, this was a thing. So you got less guns, melta guns, and this piece of art here. Let's look at the piece of art that's right here. This is a very nice piece. It looks like a pencil, like pencil art. I would guess all over the book. It's got nice pencil art, and this looks like the Eldar versus the orcs. Um, and I think this pretty much set the stage from when I was younger to what Warhammer 40K was all about. It's a close combat, Baroque style fighting with like huge walkers and stuff like that in the background. And of course, the even the designs of the orcs have changed a lot since it first came out. But mind you, this is 1992. So yeah, they teach you how to do shooting, and again, this is an updated little bit of rules. Some art right there. Very nice art. Did they credit the artist? I'm not so sure. I need to double check. I don't think they did, but yeah, nice art. Line of sight and cover. This is probably something that's pretty normal if you played 40K looking through the rulebook. You've probably seen this before. But things like black armor, mesh armor, and power armor will probably be something new or something that they removed altogether. This piece of art here, I think it's from the Space Hulk book set book. One of the books, I'm not so sure. Looks familiar though. If I can find that book, I'll show you that as well. Then you got weapons with a blast area, and you've got like dodge shots, and you got scatter. This is probably when they started using scatter on the scatter dice. Some nice looking art there. Can you see the art? Looks pretty good for its time, I guess. And then you got Overwatch, throwing grenades. Overwatch. Yeah, I used to use a lot of Overwatch, but yeah, they don't use Overwatch anymore. At least I don't think so. They got sustain fire, choosing a target, optional rules, optional videos. And then you got nice this piece of art right over here. Man, the art's really good. I mean, it's consistent. It's looks like it's pencil art. Consistent. This looks like a Titan facing off against some wild boys. Wild boars, wild boars. Which is kind of cool. Very nice, very evocative. Look at that. Very, very evocative. Okay, moving along. We got rules for hand-to-hand combat. Some ink art right here. Oh, very nice actually. Cornate versus what I think uh dwarf. I guess snores. Um, yeah. Huh. Anyways, close combat procedure. All of this was pretty much put into the second edition book, and this is where they started to decide. Okay, we're gonna update the rules. We're gonna fix things, and then a new edition came almost a year later. Piece of art there. They had a fumble rule, a parry rule. Yeah. Okay, let's move along. Example: hand-to-hand combat. You know, and they got a picture of Ragnar Blackmane right there. The what he used to look like at least. And then nice piece of art. Hermes Captain right there. Examples of hand to hand. Oh, now this bit of art I've stared at for a very very long time, many times over the many years. And this is basically the meat of Sanguinus versus I think this Horus. I think I'm not mistaken. I love this piece of art. It's very evocative. I mean, I never thought there'd be a time when you'd actually be able to get the figures, but this was a long time ago. This is 1992. In fact, I think there's a Golden Demon award winner that took this idea and they made a diorama for it. Let's look for where that is. Anyways, moving along, you got hand-to-hand weapons. You got the Banshee mask, blades and swords. You got the bone swords. You got chain fists, just chain swords. You got the digital lasers. Ooh, what's that? You got the Harlequin Kiss. You got the lightning claws. You got the Mandy blasters. Look at Harlequin Kiss. It's got a vehicle penetration chart. Mandy blasters. You got power axes, power mauls, power gloves, power swords. No Power Rangers. Rife Rider, hunting lances. Oh, look at that. That's really nice looking. Uh, Picture of a Rough Rider troop. You know, there you go. Taking out orcs. And then you've got Thunderhammer and Storm Shields. I think this is also from the I want to say it's the Gene Stealer or Space Hulk set, but I could be wrong. I could be very very wrong. Anyways, you got pistols, you got auto pistols, you got bolt pistols, and it's nice because they show you what is a bolt pistol, and you got your hand flamers, you got your last pistol. This piece of art here again, I think this is a reproduction from another piece of art which they used it elsewhere. Needle pistol, plasma pistol, shuriken pistol, stub pistol, web pistol. Yeah, web pistol. There's no picture of the web pistol though. Let's see now. What else we got? And they've got this piece of art here. Wow. Okay. Now this is nice. Now, do you remember him at all? No. No. Okay. Yeah, but look at this. It's a very nice piece of art. Very looking. I think it's a mixed medium of like paint and ink. I think I could be wrong, but very nice, very evocative. Again, it's the orcs versus the Space Marines, Ultramarines in this one. Then you got your basic weapons. You got your auto gun, your bolt gun, your bow. Oh yes, your bow, definitely your bow. And then you got your Ultramarines. You got your Death Spitter, your Flamer, your Flesh Borer, Graviton gun. That's right, Graviton gun. You got the handbow, auxiliary grenade launcher, pack grenade launcher, less gun, melt gun, needle sniper rifle, Ogren Ripper gun. Devastating at close range, I must say. You got a musket. Hey, you got the muskets. Let's see what else we got. The basic weapons. You got a plasma gun, shotgun, shuriken catapult, storm bolter, and then you got this bit over here. This is scouts taking on Tyranids. And again, I think this is from the Space Hulk book. I gotta go look for the book. But if you're gonna get this book, I mean, the art here is really really good, and it's worth keeping, worth collecting. Anyways, heavy weapons, assault cannon, and you got your auto cannon, you got your battle cannon, and then you got your conversion beam projector. Yeah, yeah, that's right. And you got some arc weapons. You got the arc bolter. 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 Heavy plasma gun, bolt pistol. It's very nice. I like the fact that they did like this. You know, back in the day when you were flipping through a book like this, even stuff like this is so evocative. We didn't have so much material to ogle over, so every last bit of art, it was a chance to speculate. Anyways, you got the Cyclone Terminator missile launcher. I think this picture was in the Deathwing book, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. And then you got Terminators. Oh yeah. Again, antique pencil art. You got your catastrophic launch chart. Cool. Then you got your heavy bolter. You got your heavy flamer. Bolter, flamer. And then you got your heavy plasma gun and your heavy stub gun right there. Heavy Weber. Yeah, heavy Weber. There's a picture of the heavy Weber though. Less cannon, multi melter, and then you got this bit of art here, which I think is quite cool, quite spectacular actually. Yeah, I mean, if you see this book on sale or at a garage sale, just pick it up, man. The art's worth it. The art's really really worth it. Anyways, you got your missile launcher, and then you got your different kind of missiles. You got your crack missiles, blind missiles, melta missiles, anti-plant missiles, plasma missiles. Yes, lots of different missiles. And look at the design of the missile launcher. Oh, and then this one. Hey, come on, come on. That's an iconic piece right there, right there. Super iconic. In black and white, of course, because I guess printing. Anyways, you got the multi laser, you got shuriken shrieker cannon, and you got the elder weapons and the elder less gun. Oh yeah, shuriken pistol. And you can actually see they were very very cool about very very aware about how things look. So if you look at, there's a nice difference between how chunky orc weapons were and how sleek elder weapons were. They're very very aware of that. The design that went into this was top notch, I must say. Anyways, you got support weapons, and you got the distort cannon on anti-grav platforms. And this you got displacement test. And you got your rapier laser destroyer. Again, there were no pictures of the actual weapon itself. The mole mortar. Oh yes, the mole mortar. They, I don't think it's around anymore. The tarantula scatter laser on anti-grav platform. Actually, a lot of this stuff is not really around anymore. And then is this? Okay. And then you got the orc custom weapons, and look little sketches of you know putting the weapons together. Very orky, very nice sketch, like Mac boy stuff. It's very very cool, and it's kind of neat. Even in those the massive sparky round, you know lovely. Or custom weapons, very nice. Sketch work, and you got grenades. And hey, you know look at the amount of grenades you got. You got your anti-plant grenades, your blind grenades, your choke grenades, frag, your hallucinogen grenades, and you got your hallucinogen effect tables. I think this is also a time when, if I remember correctly, when it was closer to it being an RPG than it was a war game. Using all these effects and stuff like that. Anyways, you got your haywire grenade, your crack, your proton flash flare, and then you got your rat grenade, plasma, your scare grenade. Yes, scare grenade. There's a part right there. Marines, Terminators, Marines versus G Steelers. And then you got your smoke grenade, your stasis grenade, your tanglefoot toxin. I always thought the stasis grenade was, a nod to what's his name? Oh man, that guy from 2000 AD, Scrumty, a Strontium dog. Yeah. Anyways, tanglefoot, toxin grenade, virus, the almighty vortex grenade, which veteran players will remember fondly or not so fondly, depending on whether you're receiving the effects of the vortex grenade or you're delivering it. Anyway, some nice piece of art right there. Yeah, it's all really good actually. Yeah, it's all really, really fantastic. Anyways, scouts on the move. Then you got your Vortex weapon, got a Force Rod, your Force Sword, your Nemesis Force weapons, your Witchblade, and then the part I always like the miniatures. Whole lot of miniatures here. I think I have some here for some of these in storage. Should paint some of these. Chaos Renegade heavy weapons. That's right, Renegades. Nerdgirl Renegades. Let's have a look closely. It's really nice. The green. That's what the green launcher looks like. Anyways, Space Marine Strike Force. This was the box set. I think it was a metal figure with plastic arms. I don't. I'm pretty sure I don't have this set in the store. I'm pretty sure. And then you got your Termies again, metal bits with plastic, which I thought very nice. I got some of the bodies. Actually, wait. This is like the full metal set. Oh, which look really nice now. I mean, they look really really good. I must say, they look really really good. Anyways, you got your plastics, and these are your guns and weapons and stuff like that. Your combat reference sheet. So when you've got the book, you can actually play with it and look like, hey, you should cut. Thank God I didn't cut into the book. Your charts and everything like that. Armor penetration. And then your templates, a last piece of art. This is actually a reproduction from what was in the book earlier. The templates, tokens, thought gun. Oh, this is interesting. They had the thought gun, and you put it together so it actually scatters interestingly in like a rain of some sort. It's got this like little track that tends to like move around. It's neat. It's a very, very interesting idea. And that's pretty much it. That's the what's on the back end? Yeah, nothing. Okay, so that's the battle manual for the Warhammer 40K battle manual. And like I said, this came out in 1992, before second edition. But for those of you who are big fans of the franchise or big fans of the world, it's worth getting if you can find it. For those of you who don't, I hope you enjoyed the flip through back in time to where your hobby or your franchise used to be. Yeah, so that's pretty much the flip through. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And yeah, don't forget to enjoy painting those figures.